A leadership style refers to a leader's mindset, methods, and behaviors when leading others. A person's leadership style also determines how they strategize and implement plans to secure a good result. Throughout history, leaders have used different leadership styles to create directions, implement plans, motivate, and support people to perform. After more than 25 years involved in developmental work with leaders and teams in different companies all over the world, we are seeing increasingly the obvious shortcomings within the traditional leadership styles. The authoritarian leader drives his coworkers in the traditional, task-oriented leadership style. The task-oriented leadership is a top-down concept where the manager is expected to know the best. He or she is believed to have the most competence in the daily work and therefore promoted to a leadership role. The information in an organization that is led in this way is collected at the top, and based on it, the manager can make the right decisions and create orders which he or she later inform everyone about. The orders or instructions, what to do and how, are expected to be obeyed, and when fully executed reported back to receive further tasks. Tools to support the execution of orders are defined as carrot and stick, or as we say it in pure English, reward and punishment. The original idea behind the task-oriented leadership style was to maintain quality and utilize the leader's superior competence, and by that, make sure that underqualified staff, throughout repetitive assignments and supervision, ensured a more effective production. The manager shall determine what to do and even how to do the task. This is based on a view on people, which more or less says that people are lazy, not engaged, lacks ambition or drive, have no creativity, and avoid responsibility. In the target-oriented leadership style, the managers trust the concept of setting goals, following up, and putting pressure to be the most efficient way to drive people. The manager decides what you should achieve, but how is left for you to figure out, and will relentlessly measure the progress. Tools to support fulfillment of KPIs are normally bonus, or make people feel ashamed reviews, and other follow-up concepts. Being exposed to a follow-up meeting with a manager with this approach will teach you to have a well-prepared defense speech before going into the meeting. Most likely the reviewed person has plenty of circumstances to blame on. The manager will focus on deviations, so-called red flags, asking questions about why the KPI was not met, and will probably get nothing but excuses. The information in an organization led in this way is biased based on which department you are working in and what competences you possess. This always builds silos, with sub-optimization and conflicts within priorities. The original idea behind the result-oriented leadership was to replace orders with demand for expected results, a target. The targets were supposed to make priorities clear and simple, and contribute with focus on the most important issues. This is based on a view on people which say that people are egoistic, untrustworthy, internal competitive, uncollaborative, and blaming others. They need to be constantly pushed or challenged, and this stimulation will also come through higher and higher set targets. First and foremost, it is fair to say that both of these leadership styles have successfully increased wealth, but at the cost of unwanted company cultures. The question is if these outdated concepts still are suitable to handle the challenges we face today. Since the previous styles obviously cultivate a lot of non-wanted behaviors, there is a need to reinvent how we lead our organizations. A modern leadership style must meet the requirements of today's workforce. Very few people recognize themselves in the two previous described styles. In the contrary, the vast majority of people want to be seen as creative, skilled, engaged, involved, and team-oriented. The question is how a leadership concept looks like that can utilize that people are acting and behaving like this. The core of a modern concept needs to allow the coworkers to take part in searching for solutions for their own most important problems. In this solution-oriented leadership, the manager secures the way of working based on a viewpoint. This is based on a view on people that they want to be engaged, be creative, be respected, be a team player, and deliver their best. They want to be able to contribute to the best interest of the company. By leading in a predictable and structured way, the coworkers will be involved in for them important questions, supported to find common solutions. Involving everyone in the team, by sharing background information, asking open questions, encouraging them to seek common agreements, and organize the execution of their decisions. The style of leadership actively shapes an organization's culture. That goes for all the three styles. Authoritarian way of working influences people to be passive, not taking initiatives, and avoiding responsibility. Target-oriented way of working influences people to be egoistic, competitive, and silo thinking. It seems to be logical that if you want involvement, engagement, and proactiveness, the way of working must educate the coworkers to act according to these desired behaviors. To regularly invite your team to work with finding solutions for their most important questions will secure ownership, acceptance, execution, and at the same time shape the culture.